Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. I hope you are doing well. I am so excited because I did a challenge that I saw floating around YouTube, and I was thinking, let me see how that challenge would impact me, because I thought it was very worthy. And what I did was, as you can see from the title, I meditated for 1 hour each day. I meditated for 1 hour each day for 30 days. Yes. And it was amazing. I invite you to try, because it was absolutely phenomenal. I did mine like this. I chose to meditate for my hour in the morning. And most days I chose to meditate while I was in bed, reclined, and palms up or down sometimes, eyes closed, my cell phone with ocean music or nature music or piano music beside my pillow, and I would meditate there. Just close my eyes, breathe in for a certain count. I would inhale on a 4 count, hold that breath for a 4 count, release on a 4 count. And I didn't do that throughout the whole hour. I did that as I was bringing myself back to my breathing and the beauty of the emptiness, and not holding on to any thought that was drifting across my horizon. Now, I didn't just keep it 1 hour, and I had already been doing this before I started the 1 hour meditation. The last 2 weeks in August, I had already started meditating for 1 hour. And then I said, okay, I'm going to do it throughout September as well for 1 hour. And I did, and it became a habit. So before August, I was meditating, except I was meditating more or less like hit or miss. Like, I would meditate one day, skip the next 2, maybe get a chance to meditate the next, and the time would change. So I would meditate typically 20 minutes or 15 minutes or maybe 30. But in August, at the last 2 weeks, I started the hour. And that's because I kept seeing the videos on YouTube of people who were challenging themselves to meditate for 1 hour. When I started, I realized that I could do it, and I could do it without excruciating the thoughts about, oh my gosh, I've got to go and meditate for 1 hour. No, it was a welcoming undertaking. It was in the beginning, in August, when I was doing it just to see how it would be. It was a challenge in that my eyelids would flutter, and I would be thinking, okay, so how am I going to keep my eyes closed for 1 hour? And I will admit, it was taxing. It was definitely taxing when I first started. And that's not to say that I had never meditated. I had, but not just like on a consistent level with the thought of, in the morning before I get out of bed, that's what I did. I'm going to meditate. But it happened, and it got easier and easier the more I did it. And by the time I got to September, it was a cinch. And I got to the place where it was such a part of me, I didn't think about anything else except meditating in the morning when I got up. And I realized that I didn't just go for 1 hour in the morning, that I meditated at night as well. And at night, when I went to bed, it was typically about 30 minutes, 20 to 30 minutes. but indeed that hour in the morning. What did that bring me to? That brought me to a place of absolute and utter inner peace. It was a place of starting your day in a realm where you told yourself, I can do anything. I am on target. I'm on task. If something doesn't appear to be going the way I want it to go, or it doesn't do that, I'll be okay. I'll just readjust myself and go on. There was no rush to get through any activity, let alone rushing to get through the meditation. There was a calm or a calming essence about meditating for a certain length of time. And in the process of meditating for that period of time, you took that calm with you into the day when you got up, when the meditation was over. And I loved that part of it as well. And a serenity was there in the calm. Like no matter what happened, I knew everything was as it was, and it was going to be okay, and it was okay. It was better than okay. It was outstanding and extraordinary. Why? Because meditating for 1 hour or more puts you in a place of well-being, in a place of assurance on a spiritual level that you were where you were supposed to be, and if you needed or wanted to change anything, that was well within your reach right here. Meditating every day also placed me in a special knowing that you are all that you need, and everything else that you want or need will flow to you because you are connected to the source. And you realize, like I realized meditating every day, that the source was already within me. So I was already connected. And I just had to focus on what I wanted, and it would flow effortlessly to me. So meditating every day cut down on the notion of struggle, on the notion of rolling a boulder uphill every day just to have it roll back down and leave you smashed, wrecked, so that you've got to get up now and hit that boulder up that hill again. No, meditation gave you the sense of you can fly. You are the mistress of your universe. You are the master of your destiny. Whatever you want to do, write it down and do it, or simply think it, or publish it in your heart. And everything was space, and that space and the whole universe was within you. I got that clearly when I started meditating. And when my month was over, I realized that what you start over a period of time becomes a habit. And that is what you naturally fall into when you get up. So when I get up, even now, I don't typically get up. I don't get up without meditating. After my month of meditation, I went into meditating not for an hour, but for 30 minutes in the beginning of the day. And then at night, when I finish these 2 videos that I'm going to film, I will meditate. When I get into bed, I'll meditate for another 30 minutes. So that's my hour. So it's not an hour altogether, it's an hour split, and sometimes more, because I'll find myself meditating for longer than when the 30 minutes went off on my cell phone. And I love to meditate to, like I said, ocean music, cello, piano, instrumentals, no voice singing or anything like that, just the music. And it just takes you to places inside where you are just grateful and gratitude is swirling. And you know that in an attitude of gratitude, you receive more quickly of what you want. You receive it without having to feel like you've got to be something to get it, or say or do something. You are worthy. That is what you realize when you meditate. You are worthy for the mere fact that you are here to ask for what you want and fully anticipate it and expect it. So I would definitely say taking on that challenge was a pure blessing. And if you, in the course of your days, get away from meditating, that challenge will get you back. It'll call you back to you knowing that all of the peace of the night is already here within you. And all you've got to do is tap into it when you get still, whether seated, reclined, close your eyes in a quiet space to yourself and just be. Just be. The beauty of being is phenomenal. That's what I got from meditating every day for 30 days plus. And I will continue it, and I have continued it. Now, my suggestion to you when you start your meditating 1 hour a day for 30 days challenge, I would suggest that you start with the notion of writing your desires down, writing what you want to see appear in your life. You can get this little index file box from a dollar store. That's right, $1. You can get a pack of these index cards for $1. Put them in here. Write what you want on a card, on these cards. And every day, read your cards for the feeling of already having what's on these cards right now. And it's not just about writing it down and looking at it for 3 times a day. It's about feeling energetically. This is an energetic universe. You have got to feel what it's going to feel like to have what's on your cards. So make sure you leave yourself time to just say, yes, I am grateful for whatever you want. And then leave time to sip it like you're sipping wine. Leave time to sip the feeling of having it. And let it titillate you. Let it excite you. So that on the power of the energy of your feeling, you can bring it to you faster. Or you can bring it to you. Now, when you write your desires on your card, don't think you're just going to write it for that one time and it is done. No, what you're going to find out is, and I have this for my cards in the back of the box where I started, what you're going to find out is what you write for what you want to experience in your life changes, because you've got to hone it and fine-tune it and decide for certain what you want. Because as you say these things, morning, noon, and night, and you face yourself and what you want, you realize that, okay, do I really want that? Or do I want that and this? So be very specific about what you want. Take your time and write it all out. What it should look like, what it should be like, what it should feel like. You write it down, what you want. And it's going to change. And just keep those. Keep them in the back because they're testimony to you going through the process of fine-tuning what you want. But when you get it just where you want it, then you can stand there in the morning, at noon, and at night and just feel and be what's on these cards. And when you see evidence of it happening in your life, you are so excited and you're like, yes, yes. It's like seeing 555 on the clock at that moment. Or on your cell phone, 111, 222. You're excited that yes, the synchronicity of it all is happening. It's going down and I'm ready for it. So do that. Stop making excuses. Oh, you have not done it because you're too busy. Somebody else is asking you to do something. You've got to do this or that and the other. Make time for what you want. Make time for what you want to experience on this journey called life. If you can make time for other things, and you can make time to sit down and look at 2 or 3 videos, you can make time for you. Start focusing on you. Start valuing you. Make your list. So when you're meditating for that 1 hour, you can sit there and be already in the scene, in the scenario, in your feeling place of having what you want. Now, boy, that time in meditation will go so quickly you might find yourself adding 30 more minutes. So that's what I challenge you to not only meditate for 1 hour for 30 days, but meditate with your list of desires. Go and look at videos about it. Go and look at the little red book. This is my little red box with the red lid. Go and find out for yourself why you should do this as you meditate. And then do your own video and feel what it feels like. All right. We'll see you in the next video. Stand in your own spotlight and have a wonderful Sunday and a new week. So at this point, I'm going to go work out and work my peach in this new morning before I go and meditate. Bye.